problem. I had a pretty big problem with, I got sick, didn't know what was wrong, and had every kind of test you could have, and they said I'm just so healthy, it's ridiculous, and I'm like, well, then why am I falling apart? And basically came down to chronic stress, just working too hard, too long. But a lot of my work was not, I work externally, I do conferences, I write books, I do television, but for me it came down to a lot of it was internal. A lot of it was things like this, like trying to control situations that I couldn't control, or like, say like one of my kids is late all the time. He's just not good at being where he's supposed to be on time. Well, I don't like that. And so I try to talk him into changing, or I try to guilt him into changing. And he doesn't like that. And so then that causes a problem. And, you finally just have to get to the point where you're like, you know what, God, it is not my problem. Come on, is anybody out there? There's only so much that you can do, and God gives everybody a free will. God never tries to control us or force us or manipulate us or guilt us into anything. The devil does. He's a manipulator and a controller. So when we try to do that to people, we're actually operating in more of an evil nature rather than a godly nature. God shows us what to do. He leads us. He guides us. He tells us the consequences of doing what he says and the consequences of not doing what he says, but he never tries to make us do it. He leaves it up to us. We have free choice. We have free will. And if you ever want to have any friends that last for very long, you have to give them that same freedom, where you're not trying to control them and make them do what you want them to do. Same thing in marriages, same thing with your kids. I have 4 grown kids, and I have a really good relationship with all 4 of them. But I'll tell you what, I've had to learn to mind my own business. And you have to learn, your kids are different. Now, I've got one daughter, I can give her advice all day long. She don't care, it's fine. She'll do it if she wants to. She don't. But she never minds me giving her the advice. It doesn't bother her that I give it to her. And then I have other children that it's like, don't try to tell me what to do. So you have to know people, and you have to learn how you can function. I'll admit it, I love to give advice. I'm a teacher. I'd like to tell everybody what to do. And I would be pretty sure that I'd be right. But here again, if you want to have any friends, or if you want your marriage to last, come on now. You got to learn that you're not going to get your way all the time, and you can't control everything that's going on. I'm going to really help somebody tonight. Somebody here tonight is going to get, I'm telling you, it is hard work trying to run the world. It just keeps you internally busy all the time. Constantly. This thing about trying to make people love God, it was made clear in Joshua 24:15. If it is evil in your eyes to serve the Lord, choose this day whom you will serve, whether the gods of your fathers served in the region beyond the river, or the gods of the Amorites in whose land you dwell. But as for me and my house, we will serve